All right, so we're diving deep today into a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving,
Yeah, a classic.
a total classic, right?
Okay.
And we've got this amazing conversation between two people who just get it, you know?
They really do.
And we're going to try to unpack what makes this special so great, even all these years later.
Right, because I mean it is such a simple cartoon on the surface,
Right.
but it connects with people year after year.
I think it's that blend of humor and then kind of real life Thanksgiving chaos.
Yeah, it's funny because right off the bat you've got Snoopy wrestling with that lawn chair.
Oh yeah, and Woodstock somehow eating an entire turkey.
Yeah, like where did he even I mean, it's
Exactly.
hilarious and so specific.
But everyone's had a Thanksgiving where things haven't quite gone to plan.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
who hasn't had a burnt turkey or, a weird side dish?
Or a guest who shows up with like 5 extra people.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst. Or, like in the special, Peppermint Patty complained about the meal, even though.
But she invited herself.
Exactly. She invited herself.
That's so relatable.
And they even say it in the special, right? Like, who hasn't had a Thanksgiving that went sideways but still turned out okay?
Yeah, totally. And I think
Hmm.
that's what makes it so endearing is like it's acknowledging that holidays aren't always perfect.
Right. It's about embracing the imperfections and finding the humor in them.
Yeah. And another thing that always gets me is that music.
Oh, the Vince Guaraldi trio.
Yes. It just adds this whole other layer of like warmth and nostalgia.
Totally. Like, you can't hear that music without thinking of Thanksgiving.
And it's not just like kiddie music either.
Yeah.
It's actually really interesting jazz.
Right. It was actually pretty unconventional for a children's special at the time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's part of what gives the special that timeless quality.
Absolutely. It elevates the whole thing, makes it feel more sophisticated.
And speaking of timeless, the animation style itself, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Classic hand-drawn animation.
it's just so charming,
It really is. And, animation has obviously come a long way since then.
right? Like with all the CGI and everything.
Right. But there's just something so appealing about that hand-drawn style.
It's nostalgic,
Yeah.
especially for those of us who grew up watching these specials.
Exactly. And it has this kind of simplicity and authenticity that I think still resonates with audiences today.
And it's interesting because even though the special is so funny, there are moments of real emotion there too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like when Charlie Brown feels like he's failed because of the unconventional Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, he's trying so hard to make everything perfect,
Hmm.
and it just keeps going wrong.
And I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling of pressure, especially around the holidays.
Yeah,
That sense that everything has to be just right.
right. And it ties into those societal expectations we were talking about earlier, like this idea that Thanksgiving has to look a certain way.
Exactly. And even though it's played for laughs in the special, Charlie Brown's struggles tap into something very real about that pressure to conform.
And that makes the resolution of the special even more powerful.
Right, because ultimately it's Marcy who steps in and reminds everyone what Thanksgiving is really about.
Yeah, she says it's about gratitude and togetherness, not fancy food or appearances.
Exactly. And I think that's the heart of the special. It's a reminder that the true meaning of the holiday lies in those simple values.
And it's a message that's especially relevant today, I think, when the holidays can feel so commercialized.
Absolutely. It's like they said in the conversation we read, it's a wholesome message wrapped in peanut-style humor.
Totally. So you've got the humor, the relatable chaos, the amazing music, the classic animation, and that really heartfelt message about gratitude and friendship.
It's like the perfect recipe for a Thanksgiving special.
It really is.
Ugh.
But I think to take it a step further, it would be interesting to think about how this special reflects the changing ways we celebrate and view Thanksgiving over time.
Yeah, like the special came out in the 70s, right? And so much has changed about how we approach food and family and even just the commercial aspects of the holiday.
Right, like do those themes still resonate the same way today?
Exactly. Does it make us nostalgic for a simpler time, or does it still speak to our modern experiences?
I think there's a lot to unpack there.
Definitely.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling ready to watch a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving again.
Me too. It's the perfect appetizer for the holiday spirit.
That's a great way to put it. So thanks for diving deep with us, everyone.
And happy Thanksgiving!
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.